I call this segment range protocols rather than range rules because each range has their own particular rules in addition to the rules set forth by USPSA. But there are many common practices, and we want to talk about things that most likely you're going to need to know, or probably the safest way to do things until you're told otherwise. The first thing you're going to do when you get started in USPSA and want to get actively shooting is contact the club where you intend to shoot your first match and check with them about their procedures. Most clubs require a safety check or a new shooter class before you can begin. At our club, we have new shooter classes every once in a while where we take groups of new shooters and teach them the rules. We can also do it on a case-by-case basis as needed. Almost all ranges in our sport are called cold ranges. What that means is when you show up on the day of the match, your gun should be unloaded. If you come into a match with a loaded gun, that can create a problem and can even lead to your disqualification. One of the first things you'll do on match day, if you're already qualified to shoot the match or have prior approval, is go to registration. That's where you'll pay your money and get your score sheets, sign any papers you need to sign. That's a fairly common practice. You'll want to ask somebody right away where that spot is. The next area you'll want to know where it is what we call the safety area. The safety area is where gun handling is allowed. Please note, in this area, ammo handling is not. Typically, you can handle magazines if they're unloaded with your gun. You can adjust your sights there. You can practice your draw there. You can make adjustments to your firearm there. Anything you need to do, except for the handling of ammo, that's the place to do it. Now, you can handle your gun there, but you can't handle it anywhere else on the club. You can handle ammo anywhere else in the club, but not in the safety area. These two things are mutually exclusive. They cannot be handled together unless you're under the direct supervision of a range officer. When you come to your first match, you should tell the RO that you're a new shooter. You don't want people to think that you automatically know everything. You want them to be able to help you and lend you a little extra guidance. Most of the range officers and staff in our sport are extremely nice and will go out of their way to make you comfortable at their match. Follow directions. The range officers and staff will tell you things to do. Take their advice. They're usually right. And if you don't follow the directions, you can get sent home early. Don't be afraid to ask for advice or help from other shooters and staff. They're willing to help new shooters. New shooters help our sport grow, and it's very important to the future of our sport. We'll help you with equipment rules, new equipment that you may or may not need. We'll help you figure out how to shoot stages. We'll help you with scoring. We'll help you with anything we can. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Mimic the experienced shooters. Watch what they do and learn from them. It's the easiest, fastest way to learn how to shoot this sport. Don't try to break new ground. It's very unusual for somebody to think of something nobody else has ever thought of before. The other thing you want to do as a new shooter is don't be afraid to jump in and help. After every shooter is finished shooting, steel needs to be reset, targets need to be pasted, score sheets need to be signed, filled out. Anything you can do to help the process move along smoothly, you'll be thanked for later. Please try to do your part. The next thing I want to talk about are targets and scoring. That'll be in the next segment. Be sure to tune in.